Hey and welcome to my therapy session. Excuse my bad haircut. I cut it recently and it can't be fixed now. There's been something on my mind bothering me for so long now. Like, I think it's been over a year. It's been a long time anyway. And I don't have therapy, so now you're gonna have to sit through my rant of this. Let me start from the beginning, perhaps. Where it started for me. It started, well, I guess it was kind of it in school when I was growing up. Like, first of all, I had trouble with rules. That just seemed ridiculous to me, and everyone always said we have to follow these rules, and I didn't understand why. And I don't remember particularly what the rules were now, but anyway, I was never one for following rules, and my teachers they hated me for that. And then growing up, when I became a teenager, then it really hit me. I gotta do this stuff that everyone else does, and everyone started asking me what do you want to do with your life? What are you going to be? What is your dream job? And stuff like that. I guess everyone gets asked that. But the truth is that my upbringing was so freaking, traumatizing that I hadn't got to live before then either. So I just shut down. I thought I'll think about that later. Right now I'm just going to shut the whole world out and just focus on the here and now, on me. And of course I didn't really get to do that because I was still stuck with my parents, who had no respect for humanity, for anything. So yeah, I isolated myself. I just wanted to escape to another world where someone would actually care about me. And that was that. Yeah. And I just became stuck in front of the computer all the time because that was the only escape that I had. So years went by like that until I got into folk high school, and then I was like, hey, this is kind of nice. I get to be somewhere else away from home, and I get to meet other people, and I get to just focus on school, and that's great. And I don't need to think about the future right now. I just enjoy these years here with the school. But I live with my parents then. So I didn't have any problem thinking about how I'm going to survive, get food and shelter and stuff like that. So it was pretty nice. But then after that, the school ends and there's nothing. I just get back to that isolated place, and I think this is my time. I need to get hired, to get a job so I can get away. Sorry, my bunny's running around. Yeah, I need to get away. I need to get a job so I can get my own place away from those people, my parents, because they don't treat living beings well. That's a whole other story. I get into the employment agency, and I try to get some help, to get some job experiences, to get to know how to get a job, basically. How to handle interviews and stuff like that. Well, not really. I didn't have any interview training before I got my first interview, so I screwed that up completely because I didn't know how to act or what to say. And then I just vented on that interview. Like, I told them, like, I basically told them I'm depressed. I need to get away from what the frick I'm stuck at right now. And they're like, yeah, we'll call you. And then guess what? I never hear from them again. Like, and that's where it comes to, like, why couldn't they just be honest and just tell me, like, this isn't really what we're looking for, and this isn't how you do an interview, or like, this isn't working. Why can't you just be honest, buddy? What the frick? I'll get into that more later. About how ridiculous I think it is. But yeah, I got like, and I got into an internship, and after a few months I became really good at that internship, but they wouldn't hire me because they just didn't have money to hire me. The company, they didn't want to waste money on more people to hire. So that company also, that place took in a lot of people as interns. That's basically how that business survived. And here in Sweden, we don't get paid internships. So I was still stuck. I got no money basically for that internship. I got money later for being in the employment agency, but you can't survive on that money. This is not enough to move out to get your own place. It's not enough. I clung to so desperately to that dream, like, if I just saved enough of that money, maybe I could get a house eventually. But that's impossible. I realize it's just, houses are too expensive. And you can't survive on that money. So yeah, I became really good at that internship, and then they hire summer workers temporarily, teenagers, and they get paid, but I don't. They can barely do their job that they've been hired to do, and I have to train them, and I still don't get paid. Does that seem fair to you? So I was over 20 years old, and I was still stuck at home. No future. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life according to how everyone else seemed to just do it. I don't know. But I wanted to get out. I could do anything that was necessary if I just could get money for doing whatever. You know? I was desperate, but according to the employers, I wasn't good enough. My bunny died. I felt terrible. My parents treated me like crap. And I turned to the welfare system because that was my last resort. I wasn't good enough for anything else. So that's what I did. And they helped me to get out of that home situation. And I moved out at around 22 years old. And I found the Antiwork subreddit, and I felt seen. People weren't paid enough, even when they were working hard. The system wasn't what it was promised to be. People were stuck in abusive situations they couldn't escape from because they couldn't get enough money to get away. Just like me. employed or unemployed, there's still a problem. Should we really be required to work to survive when most of these jobs aren't even necessary for our survival? Should everything just be made for profit? Shouldn't people be allowed to be happy while they are alive, no matter their age? Shouldn't they be allowed to live their life how they choose to? Should we always be under these rules, being pushed down to someone to do someone's work just to survive? I get that people need motivation, but making them choose between starving and working doesn't seem fair. People are oppressed and they just don't see it. The system is outdated, but we're still supposed to follow it without question. People have been indoctrinated to not question it, because it's just been going on for so long, and we're just supposed to accept it. Of course, those in power will hide most of the stuff, most of the criticism that it gets, and everyone will come up with excuses to continue it. Even I've been indoctrinated to say, like, yeah, things are the way they are for a reason, and this is the reason why, and that makes sense for how it is today. People need money to survive, and that is why they follow the rules, because if they don't follow the rules, they don't get the money to survive. Just 2 days ago, I was introduced to, I was recommended job training via the employment agency. They thought, yeah, you could maybe look at this if this is something that you want to do, because we need more workers involved in this. I was intrigued. I thought maybe I could do that or try that, but I don't want to do it full time, because I have responsibilities at home that are important to me that I can't leave it alone for just a whole day every day. I need time at home with what matters to me as well. And I was told, no, you can't do it half time. You have to do it full time. What you have at home, it's not a valid reason to not do it full time. Why? Why are you treating me like a child? Why are you acting as if I'm a young student that have no freaking say in what I do with my time? Why? I don't even get compensation anymore. Why do you think you have the authority of my time that way? Why shouldn't I get a say in what I do with my time? We're all slaves to this system. Most people just fall in line because that's the easiest thing to do. I can't stand it. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm going to keep questioning it. I'm going to keep resisting. The pandemic has proven that people actually like being productive. Being at home all the time isn't, good for your mental well-being. that goes the same for me. I want to do something with my time outside the home and meet people, be a little social, be productive. I would like to do that. But being taken advantage of, like in an internship, work for free, that's still work. That's still an internship is still working. And I feel like if everyone need money to survive, then you should compensate even the intern so that the intern can survive and feel like they're being rewarded for what they're doing. An experience, that's what they say that you get. You get experience, and with that experience, you have a better chance at getting hired. And yeah, while that's true, you still need the money to survive. And experience won't pay the bills. If you're going to give me bills, you need to make sure that I can pay those bills. Like, what kind of logic is this? Oh, but they'll pay the bills in the future with your experience because they will hire. Can you guarantee that I will get hired because I'm working for your company for free? Can you do that for me? No, you can't. So why should I work for free? I'm tired of being told that I have no worth. As a worker, as a person, I'm tired of being oppressed by the system. And I'm tired of being quiet about it. And I'm tired of people looking at me like I'm crazy for questioning this whole freaking delusion. In the US, I read that student debts are very high and you have to pay to go to college and stuff like that. And they say that college/university is free in Sweden. Okay. Sure, you don't need to pay to get in. But if you don't have parents to stay with, you still gotta go into debt. Because you still, once again, you gotta pay the bills. And then you gotta take out student loans. And yes, it gets expensive. It gets very expensive still. And once again, hello, I have never had a job, and guess why? I don't know, I'm an awkward mess. Basically, that's why I cannot do interviews. I freeze up. So that's my point. Shouldn't we, as a society, encourage people to study? I mean, yeah, they try to. They try to encourage you to study so that we can have good jobs in the future and have a sustainable future with workers that actually know what they're doing. And now it's like you need to have an education to get a job easier. For a lot of jobs, they require some sort of education. So why in the world would you want people to have to go into debt? Do you not want future workers to be educated? Do you want to keep them uneducated? You scare so many people away from higher education by making them go into debt and not get money to survive. You cannot guarantee that people will get hired no matter what they do. So you need to make them feel that they're secure in their future, in the present. You need to make people feel secure. What the How did you miss that? How did that just fly right over your head? That you need to make people feel secure in their freaking future and their financial state. You can't just... It makes zero sense, man. Yeah, let me just risk my whole financial future by taking out this loan. Except I can't freaking get another loan, a normal loan, because I don't have a job. Yeah, makes total sense, man. The system is outdated. 8 hours or more a day. Yeah, that was when there were 2 people in the household. One worked. The other person took care of all the house chores. Cooked the meals. Did the laundry. Did the dishes. Took care of the other family members. Now women work too. And the system hasn't been updated since! Yes! Sorry, I'm going crazy here. Can you tell? It's a joke! It's a joke! 8 hours a day. With more people in the world. So many unemployed. Okay. Why can't you make us work 4 shifts? No, sorry, not 4, sorry. 4 hours. Why can't you make us work 4 hours a day or something like that? Why can't you cut our schedule in half? And just hire more people. All right. Because profits. Again. Because money. That's why. Can't waste more money on more people who are hired. No. Can't waste more money on more employees. No. We don't want to do that. That would make us have to pay more people. And that's too much to ask. Okay. Gotcha, friend. Yeah, makes sense. Maybe if your company cannot pay people, maybe it just doesn't deserve to survive. Did you ever think about that? Just like we don't deserve to survive if we can't make money. I'm sorry, I'm misusing the same logic. I didn't know that companies were more important than human beings who were living and breathing, but the more you know. 5 work days. 40 hours a week, was it? Or more? More or less. Well, rarely less. What are you doing with your time? I guess most people, they just choose their work as their hobby. They can't find anything else to do with their time, so they're like, I just go to work. I don't know what I do without my work. I don't know. Guys, get a hobby. If you just have your job as your hobby. Man, yeah, I see, you must have, been very indoctrinated into this system. I'm sorry. It's okay to have fun, though. it's okay to find something else to do. And again, it's kind of hard to find something else to do when when Sweden tries to tell you that the only way you can socialize is getting out there and like getting a job or an internship or whatever, instead of like having get-togethers. Like you could, why can't the city can hold like a party or, you know, open a place to hang out with random people, play some. They could just open a club, play some games. But no, we're adults now. Can't do that, I guess. And it's not mandatory. So, why should we put in effort? When it's worked so well to just brainwash everyone. Yeah, let's just keep doing that. Let's just keep everyone brainwashed. Seems. Everything has worked so far. The system is a joke. I don't know if I missed anything, but that's a lot of what I wanted to say. Thanks for listening. Enjoy living in the joke world.